Hello everyone, welcome to LaTeX Foundation Sessions, and this is the fourth session, additional topics. Here are the answers to the assessment of the last session. Did you get all of them correctly? Here we're introducing some different types of fonts which would apply to the fonts of the characters on LaTeX. In this case, for instance, you have the bold text where you add /BF in front of that. We're having the italic, you add /IT. When you're having the typewriter one, you have the /TT. And for the Roman fonts, it's actually the /RM. Also, when you're having the normal text and the bold italic fonts, also double line, which you use them in math, and some classical fonts, they all have their own symbols, like the /EMPH, /bold symbol, /mathbb, /mathfrac. These are all some of the fonts that you might need to use when you are typing some other documents. Here we're introducing some information about matrices. The matrix are sometimes you're using them, typing them, especially in some science and math subjects. And for all of these, you do not need any plugins when you're using some normal typers, and you just, for the first one, it's a normal matrix without anything outside, so you would start it by beginning matrix and then having the first term and the second term having two /slashes to get to the second line, and do that for the second line as well. When you're finishing the matrix, you will use the /end. This also applies to other types of the matrix, which for this one shown, you have the parentheses. So this matrix is called a P matrix. So you're literally changing the thing inside the brackets to see if that's which type apply for this case. And on the right, we have the V matrix and as well as the B matrix. They are all different types. They all have different types of brackets outside the terms inside. So for here, you have the begin matrix at the top, and depending on what's inside it, that defines what type of brackets are around it. And also the and here in the typed, it actually divides the terms in the matrix, so it knows that the two terms are separated and they're not the same one. And for the last, you also have the two /slashes to change the lines, and for the last, you end the matrix. Here you have the P matrix where you have the two parentheses on two sides, and when you're having a cases, you're having just one huge bracket on the left, and you also have B matrix having square brackets, V matrix having kind of like not like the straight brackets, and also like the B matrix and the V matrix, they all apply different shapes here. Here are two examples that you could try out to type out the equations. So you could pause the video and try to do it yourself, and now I'll give you the answer. The first one, you just do it like this. They are all different fonts, and for the second one, it's actually a different case here. It's a case here that you have to use the matrix of the cases here and use certain elements to divide the lines. Also, you could have a colorful document when you're typing out the LaTeX. For instance, here we have the color red, orange, yellow, and also some other colors. So you just literally have the /color and then the color you want inside. So this applies to many kinds of colors, and you could try them out when you're typing out. And now we also introduce some basic symbols here. For therefore and because, you might use them when you are proving or just explaining something. Also for the angle, the measure angle, the spherical angle, they all have the different symbols, but they're all after the right slash. For an empty set, you would just type in the variable nothing, we are nothing, and for this symbol for chapters, you have the right slash s. For the paragraph, you have the right slash p, and for copyright, you have the right slash copyright. Here we're introducing, you'll also need to learn about the spacing of the different elements. So for here, when you are having something like in the normal space, you do not type anything in between, and you can see it in the second line. But when you want them to be tighter, you have the right slash with an exclamation mark. When you're having a small space, it's actually a right slash only, and a medium space, 2 right slashes. And when you're having larger space, you can either have more right slashes, or you could have the right slash QUAD or right slash QQUAD. And even for larger spaces, you can have right slash QQUAD. Here are an example that you should try out to type out these equations. Please pause the video and try out yourself. Well, I would assume that you've already paused it and at least attempt these equations. The first one looks like this. It's actually the rainbow color with the rainbow color. And the second one between them are the large space, and also, like all of these questions, there's a small space between the number and the question. So it had a small QUAD, right slash Q and 1, right slash QQUAD, and right slash variable nothing. Here are the assessment for this session. So you should type out these equations with different things. And thank you for watching this LaTeX Foundation session. The answer will be shown at the end of the video. Here are the answers for the questions in this session.